Hello.
Hello.
Here we are again with the Preacher Leela,
Hi, y'all.
and the Book of Wisdom, discussion from Swami Rama on the Ishopanishad. And there we go. There it is.
The triangle of life.
The triangle of life. Take it away, Preacher.
Triangle this way. There could be a triangle this way, and I just froze.
You froze already?
I froze already. Let's not do this. I'm gonna read.
Well, here I can put the whole thing up there, and if you, I'll put the whole thing and take the picture of you and me out.
Oh yeah.
And anytime you want to refresh, you can refresh, and that will make your picture back live again.
Well, I should refresh now before I get started.
All right.
Here goes.
Okay, there. She popped out. She'll be back in a moment, everybody. With a little luck, this usually doesn't take very long. And here she comes. There she is.
Oh, here I am. It's pretty quick.
Yeah, it's pretty quick when that happens.
Yeah. All right, the triangle of life.
The triangle of life.
Our life, from the standpoint of sadhana, is like a triangle having three angles.
That's what makes it a triangle, huh?
Yep, that means it has three angles, doesn't it?
It's not a quadrangle.
No. It's not even a biangle.
What would a biangle look like? How can you have a biangle?
A right angle? Two lines? Like an L for Leela?
Yeah, but that's not a biangle. That's only a monoangle. And besides, it doesn't close up upon itself.
That's why triangles are cool.
That's the reason, huh? Now we all know. Anyway.
They have three angles. A, B, and C. Here, A indicates the whole of man and his inner being. B stands for practical life, which we pass in the midst of our family, neighborhood, society, and all the critters of the world. Oh, Swami Rama says creatures. I'm sorry, that was the preacher saying critters. The third angle,
critters are the same.
C, shows that aspect of life, including the physical body, which is related to the forces of nature. And there's a picture of it right there.
There it is.
Man cannot consider himself perfect merely on the strength of a successful practical life, nor can he exist merely on the basis of his body and inner being. Life is impossible without the harmonious cooperation of all these aspects. If the elements of nature were to withdraw their support, no creature could maintain its physical existence. If the sun stopped emanating light, water ceased to quench thirst, and air put an end to its movement, man's existence would be impossible. It is therefore essential for man to learn the art of maintaining the right relationships in his inner being, his life of actions in this world, and the elements of nature which sustain the physical body, which is, as Barry says, the equilateral triangle of self and la triangle. We often exhaust all our energies in seeking to develop only one aspect or one angle of the triangle of life. Examine the life of any individual belonging to any section of society. You will find there is no equanimity in anyone's life. Those who are gifted with extraordinary genius may be physically sick. They consider the perfection of their inner being as the sole aim of their life. Others who are physically robust are lacking in spiritual advancement. If a few achieve both physical robustness and spiritual progress, we find them sadly wanting in their dealings with others or in the wisdom of practical behavior. Thus, we rarely see human beings fully developed and perfected in every way. The development of only one aspect of life, or one angle of the triangle of life, is not enough. The age in which we live is an age of human beings lost in the hustle and bustle of the noisy world and engulfed in the darkness and restlessness of their minds. We search in vain for a model, a wholly perfected being, a resplendent ideal invested with the power to raise the consciousness of the individual, the society, and of humanity as a whole. An enduring human life is possible only on the strong foundation of ideals and principles. We can build the right kind of man and society only when the principles of individual life are directed toward the welfare of mankind and society. That means all y'all, all us all. And our social ideals are meant for the progress and well-being of individuals. Ah, it froze with me drinking out of my Yeti cup.
Indeed. You want to keep going or refresh again?
No, let's keep going. Let's just make the...
Okay.
Big. From time immemorial, man has made manifold experiments and explorations in the quest of establishing a harmonious balance in the relationship between his inner being, his life of action, and nature. The history of man's culture and civilization, in its narration of the consecutive stories of human evolution, reveals how tirelessly and restlessly man has groped to attain the state of perfection. This is also the call of our age. A careful consideration shows that unless we succeed in establishing harmony and balance between the diversities of our inner and outer life, realization of perfect peace will forever elude our grasp. The absolute necessity of establishing a harmonious balance between the 3 points of life's triangle must be recognized. Can there be any who does not inevitably feel the need for harmony in life? Indian philosophy, religion, and spiritual practice, in presenting us with various means of achievement, teach a distinguished way of leading to the establishment of harmony among the various directions of life. The highest maxim of the Gita says, Samvatam yoga uchyate, or equanimity is called yoga. Yoga.
Yoga.
When on the battlefield of life, Arjuna wavered in indecision as to what was right and what was wrong, Lord Krishna, in his great compassion, satisfied all the yearning queries of Arjuna by expounding the theory of yoga, karmasu, kaushalam. Yoga is skill in actions. Is not the query of Arjuna and the answer provided by Bhagavan Krishna quite applicable to all of us? Arjuna was a bold inquirer, a seeker of truth. His jnana query is similar to that of ours. Not once, but 1,000 times we are caught in the whirlpool of circumstances that we lose the clear vision of right and wrong. We are all like Arjuna on occasion. Our queries are then the queries of Arjuna. The inquiry of Arjuna and the illumination provided by the Lord of Yoga, Bhagavan Krishna, serve as secure guidelines to humanity even today, as they did to Arjuna in the past. The same problems still exist, and the same wisdom of the Gita still provides satisfactory solutions to those problems? No. We have to live as non-attached karma yogis, men of action in our practical life. We have to keep the eternal flame of faith and devotion burning, constantly burning in the purity of our inner being. There can be no usefulness in life without discriminating wisdom. A life of discrimination is therefore the only purposeful life. Thus, the Gita throws light at once on all three sides of life's triangle and emphasizes the principle of harmonious coordination of the 3 points. Very often in our study of the Gita and Upanishads, our intellect, suffering from prejudice, leads us to much misdirected wrangling and misinterpretation of words in our search for principles to support our predetermined views. Lord Krishna, in his grace, churning the wisdom of the Upanishads, has presented a coordinated view. If we isolate one principle from the others, we miss the underlying essence of the Gita, which is that the three currents of action, knowledge, and devotion flow together and commingle at the point of discrimination, viveka. That's pretty darn cool, isn't it?
Yep, pretty clearly stated too, isn't it?
Each man carries from this stream according to the capacity of the pitcher of his understanding. Should I try and restart the browser now?
If you want.
Looks like a little break. Let's try that. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. It will happen soon, everybody.
And we're back.
So there she is.
And some scholars believe karma yoga, the gospel of action, to be supreme in the Gita. Others feel that the Gita underlines bhakti yoga, the doctrine of devotion. Yet there are others who think the Gita emphasizes jnana yoga, the philosophy that knowledge is the only means of liberation from the bondage of births and death. In my view, all the doctrines taught in the Gita are closely related to each other, but underlying all are practice and non-attachment. Be you a devotee, man of action, or a monk, if you have failed to realize the value of non-attachment, or if you are unaware of the profitableness of spiritual exercise, it may be said that you are ignorant of the deepest secrets of the Gita. Strong words.
Yeah.
Without dispassion and spiritual exercise, you are like an intensely thirsty man who, overwhelmed by his anguish, mistakes the green scum of the pond for water and tries to quench his thirst with it. Ew.
Yeah, yucky.
The comprehension of Gita philosophy is possible only by the forthright adoption of the system of investigation suggested by its lending doctrine of spiritual exercise. It is known to all that Arjuna was deluded by attachment. And only because deluded by attachment did Supreme Warrior adopt an attitude of cowardice and unmanliness. A coward is one who has lost his powers, and he who is unable to make proper use of his powers can only be unmanly. Hello, Jose? We, like Arjuna, are oblivious to our powers. The word Arjuna means one who incessantly endeavors to achieve his purpose. Lord Krishna, in his compassion and grace, merely awakened him to his real nature and the power hidden within him. The philosophy of the Gita is the philosophy of non-attachment. The Gita, with its philosophy of non-attachment, offers an exposition of the verses of Isha Upanishad, such as Tena tyaktena bunjitya kurvanevaha karmani ishvaisyam idam sarvam. Giving up all desires for pleasure, perform thy duty. Creation is pervaded by Isha, the all-powerful. It is as if the commentary on the 18 divine verses of the Isha Upanishad had formed the 18 chapters of the Gita. How about that?
How about that, y'all?
We are all, like Arjuna, constantly engaged in the battle of life. The battle of life is for bringing unity to diversity. Our object is to establish harmony among the multiplicities of life. It is our purpose to bring about properly the maximum development of our antakarana, mind, intellect, consciousness, and ego, and to find our own self in all, while discharging our duties dispassionately. Harmonizing of the 3 points of the triangle of life, probably, namely inner being, forces of nature, including the body and practical life, is possible only on the basis of non-attachment. Dispassion is the only means which can bring triumph to us in the battle of life. The careful study of the Isha Upanishad also reveals to us the perfect philosophy of non-attachment. We shall further support these views with the aid of the sutras, divine scriptures. The Isha Upanishad contains the key to all the secret sciences and higher knowledge, which may open all the avenues to a more useful and happier life. All right. Hi, Raj. Human life is undoubtedly shrouded in mystery, and the key to resolve this mystery lies in the wisdom of the Upanishads. Somebody's got the hiccups. Uh-oh. The subject of Upanishadic studies is to know who we are and what is the purpose of earthly habitation. Let us therefore embrace the supreme knowledge of the Upanishads. The wisdom of the Upanishads is eternal and everlasting. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness, she's got hiccups.
Uh-oh.
It provides a fine, workable method of evolving a full and perfect life for all, whether a theist or an atheist, a materialist or an idealist. Try to give her a drink of water.
Mm-hmm. Lit.
Hiccups.
Hiccups.
That's right. It is an interesting parallel.
Not surprising at all. Every one of the Upanishads parallel one another, and they all parallel the Gita. As has been widely said, the Gita is a succinct summary of all of the Upanishads.
And there's that 18 in the Isha and 18 chapters in the Gita. There we go.
There we go.
The wisdom of the Upanishads is eternal and everlasting. It provides a fine, workable method of evolving a full and perfect life for all, whether a theist or an atheist, a materialist or an idealist. Only a rational spirituality can satisfy us and find a place in this modern age of science. The highest good of the Upanishads and the ways to achieve it are replete with the beauty and brilliance of life. The philosophy of the Upanishads is the philosophy of Vedanta. By the study of and meditation upon the Upanishads, man can move to the highest culture of his evolution. But before we contemplate the deeper secrets of Vedanta, it is necessary for us to know about our inner being. Om, peace, peace, peace.
Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So, preacher, that's the end of this little chapter. How are you feeling? We can pause here if you want and let this one stand alone for today. Or if you choose, we can move on. How are you feeling? I'm okay either way.
Actually, I know it might be disappointing to everybody, but I could stop here.
Yeah, I kind of like sometimes these little chunks. They're kind of nice. And so why don't we do that? And we will have a cliffhanger for next time. Would you like to see an introduction to the cliffhanger?
Absolutely.
All right. Wait a minute, everybody. The cliffhanger is coming. It's just going to take me a moment to get it up here. Give me a moment. And coming soon. Be patient. All righty. I'll take that out. And here it comes.
Mind and sadhana.
Mind and sadhana.
The process in which the aspirant unfolds, develops, and enlightens himself is called sadhana. There we go.
It's called sadhana. There we go.
Think about that.
Think about that. Ponder on all of this. We will continue with this with the preacher next time. Thanks for visiting, Barry.
Thanks all y'all for being here.
Thank you for playing. And Om Tat Sat.
Oh, and to Kayla, goodbye. Wave to Kayla. There you go.
There we go. Om Tat Sat.
Om Tat Sat.
And there is Preacher Leela and Om Tat Sat and Tequila. Tequila's covered up by an Om Tat Sat. She's in the picture. There's her eyes sticking up over the Om Tat Sat. There we go. There we go. All righty. Thank you, Tequila. Thank you. Thank you, Leela.
Bye.
To be continued. Everybody have a nice meditation. And remember, what we're looking for is in the silence after the Om. Same old place. The entire story of these Upanishads is summarized in that Om. Okay? All righty. Okie doke. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.